Welcome. Let me ask you something that reveals everything. When you want to say something in English, what happens in your brain? Do you think of the idea first in your native language? Do you translate each word one by one? Do you arrange the words in your language's grammar and then try to convert them to English grammar? If you said yes, then I need to tell you something critical. This habit is destroying your fluency. You think translation is helping you, but actually, it's creating a wall between you and real English. Today, I'm going to show you why word-by-word translation keeps you stuck forever. And I'm going to show you how to think directly in English without any translation. This is not just a video. This is your breakthrough. This is the moment you stop being a translator and start being a speaker. So don't just watch, feel this video, because by the end, you will understand how to rewire your brain completely. Before we begin, let me say this. This video is powerful for your English too, because when you stop translating, fluency becomes automatic. So get ready. Let's begin. The problem: word-by-word translation creates broken English. Let me tell you about a young man named Rahul. Rahul studied English grammar perfectly. He knew thousands of words, but when he spoke, his English sounded strange. He would say things like, "Yesterday I to the market went, and my friend saw." Native speakers would look confused. "What did you say?" Rahul felt frustrated. He knew all the words. He knew what he wanted to say, but it came out wrong. Why? Because Rahul was thinking in Hindi and translating word by word into English. In Hindi, you can say, "Main kal market gaya aur apne dost ko dekha." Word by word translation gives you, "I yesterday market went and my friend saw." The words are there, but the order is wrong. The structure is wrong. The feeling is wrong. This is the problem with word by word translation. Different languages have different grammar structures, different word orders, different ways of expressing ideas. When you translate directly, you're forcing English to follow your language's rules. But English has its own rules, its own logic, its own way of thinking. And until you learn to think in English, your speaking will always sound unnatural. The truth: fluent speakers don't translate. They think here's what most people don't understand. Native speakers don't think, "I want to express this idea, so I'll use these words in this order." They just think of the idea, and the words come automatically. When they see a dog, they don't think four-legged animal, domestic pet, and then translate it to dog. They just think dog. Directly. Instantly. The same is true for sentences. When they want to say they went to the market yesterday, they don't construct it piece by piece. They just think the complete idea, and it comes out as, "I went to the market yesterday," naturally, without translation. This is what fluency looks like. And you can't achieve this by translating. You can only achieve this by training your brain to think in English. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're driving a car. In the beginning, you think about every action. Press the clutch. Shift the gear. Release the clutch. Slowly. Press the accelerator. But after driving for a year, you don't think anymore. You just drive. Your brain does it automatically. The same thing needs to happen with English. In the beginning, you think about words and grammar, but eventually, you need to reach the point where you just speak, automatically, without thinking. And that only happens when you stop translating and start thinking in English. Why word-by-word translation kills your speed? Let me show you why translation makes you slow. When someone asks you a question in English, your brain needs to do this. Step 1. Hear the English words. Step 2. Translate them into your native language. Step 3. Understand the question. Step 4. Think of an answer in your native language. Step 5. Translate the answer word by word into English. Step 6. Check if the grammar is correct. Step 7. Finally speak. How long does this take? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? Sometimes 30 seconds? And by the time you finish all these steps, the conversation has moved on. The other person is already talking about something else. You look slow. You look confused. You lose confidence. But here's what happens when you think directly in English. Step 1. Hear the English words. Step 2. Understand the question. Step 3. Think of an answer in English. Step 4. Speak. How long does this take? 1 second. Maybe 2. You respond naturally. The conversation flows. You feel confident. This is the difference between translating and thinking. Translating makes you slow. Thinking makes you fluent. The solution. Train your brain to think in English at Pro English Zone. We don't teach you to translate better. We train your brain to stop translating completely. We teach you to think in English from day one. Here's how we do it. Phase 1. Listening therapy. Without subtitles for the first 2 months, you listen to English without any subtitles. No English subtitles. No subtitles in your native language. Just pure English sound. Why? Because when you see subtitles in your language, your brain automatically translates. But when there are no subtitles, your brain is forced to understand English directly. You hear the word happy while seeing someone smile. Your brain connects the sound happy with the feeling of joy. No translation. Direct connection. You hear I'm hungry while seeing someone looking at food. Your brain connects those sounds with the feeling of hunger. Direct understanding. After 2 months of this, your brain starts to think in English patterns. It stops translating. It starts feeling. Phase 2, shadowing in real time. In months 3 and 4, you practice shadowing. You hear a sentence and immediately repeat it. No thinking, no translating. You hear, I love learning English. You say, I love learning English. You hear, this is amazing. You say, this is amazing. You're training your mouth and your brain to produce English automatically, without translation, without delay. Phase 3. Internal monologue in English. In the final 2 months, you start thinking to yourself in English. When you wake up, you think, I need to brush my teeth. When you're cooking, you think, I'm making tea now. When you're walking, you think, it's a beautiful day. You narrate your life in English, inside your head. This trains your brain to think in English all the time, not just when you're studying, all the time. And when thinking in English becomes natural, speaking in English becomes automatic. By the end of 6 months, you don't translate anymore. You think in English. You speak in English. You dream in English. Naturally, effortlessly, fluently. The 6-month Fluency Challenge. Stop translating forever now. You're probably thinking, this sounds difficult. How do I actually stop translating? That's a great question. And the answer is, you need a structured system that forces your brain to stop relying on translation. You need the right materials, the right exercises, the right guidance. And that's exactly what the 6-month Fluency Challenge provides. For 6 months, we train your brain to think directly in English. No translation, no mental gymnastics, just natural, automatic thinking. We give you listening therapy materials designed to build direct understanding. We give you shadowing exercises that train automatic production. We give you techniques to build an internal English monologue. And by the end, translation is gone. Forever. You think in English. You speak in English. You are English. This is not just a course. This is brain rewiring. But here's what you need to know. The challenge is coming soon, and spots will be limited. So if you're tired of translating, if you're ready to think directly in English, you need to act now. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications. Because when the challenge launches, I will announce it here first. Stop translating. Start thinking. Hit subscribe now. Let me ask you something. Do you still translate in your head? Or have you started thinking in English sometimes? Write your answer in the comments. Your experience will help others understand their own journey. Thank you for watching this video. I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're ready to stop translating. Remember this: translation is not a bridge to fluency. Translation is a barrier to fluency. Every time you translate, you slow down. Every time you think directly in English, you speed up. Your brain is powerful. It can learn to think in any language. It learned to think in your native language. And it can learn to think in English too. You just need to stop forcing it to translate and start training it to think. Trust the process. Trust listening therapy. Trust shadowing. Trust your brain. Because thinking in English is not a dream. It's a skill. And like any skill, you build it through practice. Subscribe now. Join Pro English Zone. And get ready for the 6-month Fluency Challenge. Your English thinking brain is waiting to be activated. Stay strong. Stay focused. Stay natural. And I'll see you in the next video.